This one, this quest seems like we can kind of spend a little bit of time on the island and build up and kind of maintain the pace that we need, or like kind of set the pace that we need to go. And so that way I think dwarves are going to be a fairly decent choice for them because we have time. Rohan. Alrighty, we'll do Rohan. So dwarf deck, gotta go Dane. I'm thinking about running just kind of a non-tactics dwarf deck. We may run some of the Longbeards in there. Dane, if we grab Narvi's belt, we can then go off aspect or off sphere. And so Narvi's belt allows us to play some of those tactics sphere or tactics allies. And so if we run those, I'm kind of thinking that will help a lot with our combat, but I want to kind of run the, I guess we have a couple of different routes we can go. I like Ori. If you control at least 5 dwarf characters. Are we fighting orcs this round? I don't think we are, but just, no, they're all undead. All undead. Oh yeah, these are, forgot about these guys. These are annoying. Rohan is cool. That way the best deck can be saved for last. For Gondor and for Aslan. Wait, no, that's not right. I've been playing the Rohan deck. It's super fun. Not the strongest, but I prefer fun. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I love fun decks. I would much rather play a fun deck over a strong one most of the time. Now there are some times where you know, like the fun deck against some of these specific scenarios is the strong deck, and so there is that. But I don't think I want Bomber. Biffer, we can move around. Let's just go Ori, and then go Spirit Sphere. We got Dwalin. After Dwalin attacks and destroys an orc enemy, lower your threat by 2. Really awesome, but unfortunately we don't have any orc enemies. We got Owen. While you control 5 dwarf, he gets +1 attack and gains a tactics resource icon. That's pretty interesting, but we're going to go with Nori. After you play a dwarf character from your hand, reduce your threat by 1. This is going to give us a starting threat of 28, which is pretty low, but then we can also just kind of flood the field with dwarfs and have a good time. So let's just try to not destroy the map that I set up. Let's look at all of our dwarf characters. So we got the Blue Mountain Trader. Choose another player. The player gains control of Blue Mountain Trader. Nah, probably not. Dwalin. While you control at least 5 dwarf characters, lower the cost to play Dwalin by 2. Let's go ahead and grab 2 copies of him. The other thing that we may grab and go off theme a little bit are the Lorien guides, because we're basically moving around this map. And wherever we are at is considered the active location. And so Lorien guides then can just kind of pile progress on those active locations. And then once we have reached that threshold of whatever the active locations number is, we can move on. Okay, we've got Bofer. I like Bofer. I like building dwarf decks. They're just fun. We're going to grab 2 copies of Biffer while we're here. You have to avoid Ori and Nori. And Dane's a little easier to Bomber. Nah. Where's... We're going to grab the Miners. Mainly because I found them, and and it's fun. It's fun to have them now. How's everyone doing? How is everybody doing? That's our dwarfs. I'm just kind of going through the aspects that we've chosen, grabbing some dwarfs to create the core of the deck. Longbeard Mapmaker. Spend a lore resource to give him +1 willpower until the end of the phase. Do we have any conditions? I thumbed through it pretty quickly, but I don't think I saw any conditions. So the miner probably does not need to be played. Doesn't look like it. Oh, Philly and Killy. Yeah, definitely. Good call. Good call. Philly and Killy. Faramir is a dwarf's best friend. Philly. Be careful with the miners. There's a treachery that hits low-cost allies, so probably don't put more than one out at once. Oh, good call. That's very good knowledge to have. I want to look at see what that is. Raise the start by number of characters committed to the quest. Deal 1 damage to each character. Must remove characters with a total of at least X willpower. Sure, kind of mean. One damage to each non-objective ally with a printed cost of 2 or less. Ugh, gross. Thank you for the call out. Actually, while we're here, these are the decks for the two-handed. I'm gonna just grab the spirit core of Hasty Strokes, Test of Wills, all that good stuff. We're gonna throw these here. We'll probably add them, but they're in that deck, so I need to remember those. Dory, after a hero is assigned an amount of damage, exhaust Dory to place that damage on Dory instead. I don't love it. We do have Legacy of Durin. Oh yeah, we said we were gonna grab Lorien Guides. And our spirit is gonna be pretty high. Our spirit cost curve is gonna be pretty high. Longbeard Elder is pretty. That card is a location. Place 1 progress token on the current quest. So we know it's not gonna be a location. So we don't have to trigger the response. The Longbeard Elder is an interesting call. When I grab Hidden Cache, that's smart. I normally don't look at the encounter deck in advance and just play, but then I flip over encounter cards. Oh, I'm in danger. I've definitely done that before. Definitely done that before. It's a scary thing to happen. Looking at Arid Lunan Miner. I love dwarves. I love dwarves. Certain treacheries I just remember at this point being what is the there's one of them that I remember really. I remember the art. I don't remember what it's called or really even what set it's from. But there's the one that, like, I think it's just like, I just remember like board wipe me multiple times. Gross. Are there other ways that we discard cards from the top of our deck? Very good tail. Yeah. Very good tail. That's what I was thinking. Sleeping Sentry. That one's pretty notorious. Yeah. There's some nasty ones out there. It's wild. Ooh, Gimli. Yeah. Let's go Gimli. That's fun. I haven't played with Gimli yet. I don't think. He is sleeve, so I may have played with him at some point. Actually, Gloin. Gloin's a 3 cost. Where's Gloin? Oh, I was looking for 5 cost for some reason. I thumbed through and I just look at the cost, and for whatever reason I just looked at 5 cost. So I probably just went right by him. Just grab this one. If you're going to be using the miners, to me, my kinsfolk help you pull allies back, especially since the undead discard cards from your deck as well. Oh, that's a good point. To me, oh, my kinsfolk. I wonder if I put that in the T or the... What it... If you control at least one dwarf hero, put one dwarf ally from your discard pile into play under your control. Put that ally... Ooh, yeah, I like that. Good call. Good call. Hey, Canadian. How's it going? I don't really love the Orc Slayer here. We need Narvies. Narvi's belt is going to help with that smoothing. Let's grab Steward. Where's this deck? Two copies of Steward? 3 copies of Steward. Probably 3 copies of Steward, just because we need to spend resources to help out our objective allies as well. I feel like our deck is like 90 cards at this point, but... Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. It's 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 1 card over. Let's just cut a Steward and run with it. I'm not missing anything, right? Huh. We don't have the Battle Masters, but we'll see how the combat goes without those to start. Ah, my island. My island got messed up. It's a really cool quest. We're going to be limited on table space today. That's going to be the most challenging part of this quest. Well, maybe not. The quest can be challenging, but the most challenging logistical part of the quest, how about that, is it's going to be a full table. It feels like an Arkham game. I have the hardest time with the Arkham, getting everything Arkham on the screen. It's tough. Okay. So we've got searching the island. Prepare the island map, which I've done here. Also, it took me forever because I didn't realize that these double-sided Lost Islands are from different encounter sets. And I was just like, I have too many of these. I have too many of these Lost Island cards. I can't fit them all. But so I need to put those back in the respective locations. Flip over the top left and bottom left locations of the island map. We got the Flooded Ruins. While it's the active location, it contributes its threat to the staging area. All that's on screen. Perfect. And we've got Flooded Ruins. Cool. Well, that without revealing their forced effects, if any, choose one as the player's starting active location, using a resource token to represent which location is active. We're gonna go top left. I'm using the first player token from buy the same token. Choose. The first player takes control of Captain Sahir. Last player takes control of Miss In. Add Temple Guardian to the staging area and attach the gate key to it, shuffling counter deck. So we got these two, which, as a reminder, is a Miss In is a 1/2/2/4, and while she's attacking, you can spend a resource from her to give her +2 attack or defense for the attack, and then spend a resource from a hero we control to place a resource on her. They really need to put some drainage systems in these, right? Right? And then Captain Sahir is a 0/0/2/5. The first player gains control of him. He gets +1 willpower and attack for each resource on him, max +6. And same action, we can spend a resource to move a resource over to him. So, aggressive mulligan for Steward, which I guess we just did cut a Steward. But aggressive mulligan for a Steward. And if we can get a Steward on Dane. Actually, you know what? We may throw the Steward on Ori, because if we throw the Steward on Ori, we can then throw Narvi's Belt on Ori. Our cost curve for lore is pretty low. The collapse of Numenor caused the really bad. Yeah, they needed the dwarves to come engineer engineer their location a little bit better. So Temple Guardian is a 50 threat X, where X is number of players in the game, so he has 1 threat, 6/4/10. He's immune to player card effects, cannot be optionally engaged, gets -50 engagement cost while the Cursed Temple is the active location. We're looking for the Cursed Temple. It's one of these 3 locations here. The Gate Key. If unattached, return Gate Key to the staging area. It gains action. Exhaust a hero to claim Gate Key and attach it to that hero. Unexpected Courage is another one that I probably... I'm gonna find a spot for 2 Unexpected Courages in this deck. Unexpected Courage on Dane is pretty significant. So let me actually cut 2 cards from this deck. It was like, exhaust a character. I was like, oh yeah. I'm gonna cut a Dwalin. We have 1 still in there. And we're going to cut... We're going to cut a Galadriel's Greeting. We're going to have a lot of threat reduction with Nori. So I'm not 100% sure if... I'm not actually 100% sure we need 2 Galadriel Greetings in there. Usually with how this goes, with Nori like reducing threat every time you play a dwarf, it gets pretty low pretty quickly. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. So it gains action, exhaust a hero to claim the Gate Key and attach it to that hero. We can exhaust Gate Key and attach hero and spend 3 resources from the hero's resource pool to look at the face down side of a Temple of the Deceived. Temple of the Deceived is immune to player card effect. We have to exhaust the Gate Key to travel there. After Temple of the Deceived becomes the active location, flip it over. So kind of same thing. Cannot have player card attachments on any of them, but we can remove 4 progress counters to look at the Lost Island, or after it becomes the active location, we flip it over. So bad things happen when we go to some of these. That's just a risk we must take. On 1B, exploration. Oh, shoot. I think that just means, yeah, it just means that we're doing this. So the exploration, any... where our active location is considered the active location, it's not moved to the normal active location spot. The locations adjacent orthogonally to it, to the active location, are considered to be in the staging area. So therefore they do contribute their threat. And so this would be like 2 and 2. So right now we're starting with 8 threat in the staging area. So that's good. That's what you want, right? You want to start with 8 threat. So, because we have 2, 4, plus 3 there. 8, or 7, then plus 1 here. Alrighty, let's do it. We at least have Captain... Oh, to me, my kinsfolk, the Luthen Miner, a very good tale. Philly, Zygal Miner, and the Dwarven Tomb. I don't hate it. I kind of would want. No, we're gonna dig for. we're gonna mulligan. We're gonna dig for the Steward or Narvies. Actually, you know what? I think I'm still gonna go with the Narvi's belt on Dane and use Steward on Dane, because we actually have kind of an outlet for all of the unspent lore resources from Ori for our 2 objective allies here. Very good tale. Miner, Narvi's belt. Let's go. Killy and a miner. Sweet. I'm going to draw a card, which is a test of will. Pass out money. The other like benefit about playing Nari's belt on Ori is then we could then get a little bit of tempo, because we're spending 2 to attach Narvi's belt to a character that no longer has any resources. But if we spend 2 on Dane, we can put it on Ori and then have 2 flexible resources to then drop like Killy, which then we would have Philly, which would open up our card draw. That actually may be what we need to do. Then Ori would just get Steward as well. If we're doing that, we're not adding any resources over here. So I think at this point we're not going to play any cards. We're showing a lot. We're showing a pretty significant. We have 8 threat. We're starting at, what did I say, 29? 28. So let's go ahead and up this to 28. We're gonna go ahead and quest for 2 or 3, because while Dane is ready, all of our dwarf characters get +1 attack and +1 thwart. So we're gonna quest for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if either of these characters leave play, we do lose the game. I think we're going to go ahead and quest for 1 more here just to protect our threat a little bit. So we're going 7 to 8. We're going to flip into when revealed until the end of the phase. Add X threat to the total threat in the staging area, where X is equal to the total threat of all locations to the left of the active location. If X is 0, Reaper in the Ruins gains doomed 1. Oh, okay. So just doomed 1. Let's go. I'll take that all day. So we quest for 7. We're showing 8. We raise our threat, and we got through that. Really, that was actually really great. All right, so we'll stand up, raise our threat at the end of the round. We're at 31. So this is like where I'll like keep all my tokens. I had it. This is how I normally have it, and I'm just used to like finding and like reaching and finding the right one. But I set it up upside down, and I was just like, this just feels wrong. Like I don't know what it is, but I was like, oh, that's why. We'll draw a card, which is Philly. Oh no, that's why we run 2 of them. Give everyone a resource, and here we go. Let's go Dane to throw Narvi's belt onto Ori. So we can attach to a dwarf hero. We can exhaust Narvi's belt, and to give the attached hero a leadership, lore, tactics, or spirit icon until the end of the phase. I think we're going to exhaust this to give him spirit. We're going to spend 2. Actually, we're going to spend 2 and 3. The reason we're doing it that way is we do have a test of will that I want to hang on to. We're going to play Killy. So that's going to reduce our threat by 1. And then when Killy enters play, we get to search our deck for Philly and put him into play. I probably shouldn't have picked a table hog of a deck when I have this madness going on. So actually, just put all of our... This is our ally lineup over here. I think we go... Do we go very good tail here? Exhaust 2 allies you control, shuffle your deck, and discard the top 5 cards. Put 2 allies... Yeah, we're going to do that. Just, let's get some tempo. We're going to exhaust Killy and Philly. We're going to play a very good tail. Exhaust 2 allies you control, to shuffle your deck, and discard the top 5 cards. Put up to 2 allies discarded by this effect under your control. The total cost of the allies cannot exceed the total cost exhausted by this effect. So we're going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 because we exhausted 2. We're going to use a Zygle Miner and Gimli. I was hoping to hit like a hidden cache there. Okay, so Gimli is Sentinel. After an enemy is revealed from the encounter deck, we get to ready Gimli. We have the Zygle Miner. Exhaust Zygle Miner. Name a number to discard the top 2 cards of your deck. If at least one of those cards has a cost equal to the named number, choose a hero. For each resource that matches that number, add 1 resource to the hero's resource pool. Free Gimli is pretty awesome. Yeah, free Gimli is pretty sick. I'm pretty happy with that. We also have a Test of Will. We could mine our deck right now if we wanted to. What would that get us? I'm not 100% sure if mining the deck right now would get us anything, because we don't really have anything we really need to play. So let's go. So we are showing a total of 3, 5, 7, 8. We are going to quest for 6. We're going to quest for 9. And we're going to quest for 2 more here with the miner for 11. Should your threat not be going down? So Nori is only when you play them from your hand. And so with a very good tail, or when you pull Killy if you play Philly, or vice versa, they're not actually being played from your hand. They're being put into plays, so we don't get to trigger Nori's effect, unfortunately. Yeah, dwarves have a lot of ways to get allies into play, but only trigger Nori when you play them from your hand. No, you're totally fine. Good question. Good question. So we're showing 8. I'm going to flip into Doomed 1. Each uncharted location in the staging area gets +1 threat until the end of the phase. If the active location has the Ruins trait, discard 1 resource from each hero and objective ally in play. It does have the Ruins trait. I'm okay with that. So we had 8, 9, 10. So we actually do place a progress. But again, we're just kind of building. We're stalling at this point. I'm glad I didn't load these guys up with anything. So let's stand up. Increase our threat. We do control 5 dwarfs at this point, so we get to draw an additional card. That additional card draw is so incredibly powerful. The just being able to find the cards that you need in this game is so good. We'll pass out money. Ironically, we didn't find anything that we really needed, but do we go miner? What's the worst? What's the worst that could happen if we just mine the deck to infinity? What could go wrong? A very good tail ramps so fast. It's wild. It's actually wild. Getting Gimli is really sick. Yeah, free card draw is great. I've been playing a lot of Dale deck recently, your Bilbo Baggins, and the free card draw fixes a lot of the bag hands. Oh, Bilbo from like the first ever like AP pack? The lore Bilbo? Bilbo. What? I remember opening that and like, this is a bad hero. And then like, just without the realization that like, you know, effectiveness is tied to threat. He has like 6. Like that's kind of what the Hobbit's gimmick is. He's like, you don't really have a great, you don't do a ton with a lot of the Hobbits, but their threat is really, really low, and like you get to play around with that. I was just like, this is just a bad hero. I still don't think he's the best, but yeah, that's awesome. Card draw is great. All right. I feel like we don't need to mine anything. There's nothing that we gain from mining, so we're just going to. I think we're just gonna go for it. We got 2, or I'm sorry, 3, 6, 9, 11. 13. We're showing 8. 15. We don't need to mine anything. I don't think a dwarf has ever said that. That's true. That's true. He wasn't great, but the more Hobbit support that came out, he starts looking better. Yeah. I'm gonna flip into when revealed. Each player must randomly discard cards from his hand until he has no more than 3 cards from his hand. No cards were discarded by this effect gains Doom 2. Do I care about that? I don't. I really don't. I mean, like, it stinks to lose the test of will. Until he has no more than 3 cards. 2, 4, 6, 7. We're discarding 4 cards. If we lose both Test of Will and Dwarven Tomb, we'll be sad, but I feel like that's not too bad. Beans. Alrighty. We kept everything we didn't want to. Oh, I guess we kept Galadrians, but Philly we didn't really need to keep. So we quested for 15, which clears here. Okay. I need to just read this because the players... Okay, so during the travel phase, if the active location has progress equal to its quest points, the players have the option to travel to a location in the staging area, i.e. an adjacent location. If the active location does not have enough progress, they cannot travel from it. Players travel to another location, all progress is removed from the active location, and their active location marker is moved to a new location. It's considered explored, though it is not discarded or flipped over and remains in place. And then, so we placed 4 there, and then we would place 3 here. Exploration. For each progress that would be placed on searching the island, you can place it on a location in the staging area instead. And I think whenever you flip these cards over, the location goes away. I also find it interesting that the shipped objective in the cycle that draws you an extra card every turn raises your starting threat by 3. Designers seem to value extra card as 3 threat. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Huh. I just recently started reading through Lord of the Rings. Nice. Just finished Fellowship last night. How do the books parallel the game? Nick, any recommendation for jumping into the core set that are thematically tied to the books? Yeah, so they actually have Saga expansions. The Saga expansions, there's Fellowship and 2 Towers that are in the reprinted phase right now, and we kind of all assume that they're doing Return of the King, but they just follow the books. And so you sit down, you get thematic decks, you get thematic scenarios, and you play through the events of the Lord of the Rings. And so I would highly recommend to check out the Saga expansions, and you're going to be looking for the Fellowship of the Ring, which is going to be the first one. And so if you can find that, it's in a green box that's going to come with all of the character, or not all of the characters, but a lot of the characters in the movie, and then 6 scenarios that follow the Fellowship, and then 2 Towers, and then Return of the King later. Awesome. Oh my goodness, I love those books. They're so fun. They're so fun. So does someone know? I'm looking it up now, but does someone know if we have progress on a location, if we flip it over, does the progress go away? I think it does. progress goes away when you flip. Okay, cool. So we're just going to move here during the travel phase. While Jagged Cliffs is the active location, the location to its right is considered to be in the staging area. When Jagged Cliffs is flipped over while active, look at its face-down side. Look at the face-down side of each adjacent copy. I thought it was of each Lost Island. Alrighty. So this is... The location to its right is not considered to be... Oh, so this is like nice. It's not considered to be in the staging area. When it's flipped over, look at the bottom side. So we've got Jungle Path. While Jungle Path is the active... This is the one to its right. The locations immediately above and below are not considered to be in the staging area. When Jungle Path is flipped over, each player must exhaust a character with at least 2 attack. This is a really cool scenario. After Drowned Graves is flipped over while active, discard the top X cards from the encounter deck. Each player adds an undead enemy. Nope, we're not going that way. I guess, like, at this point, we can roll on some enemies, I think. Oh, and then we moved here. I guess I could have just placed the extra progress here. There's no reason I shouldn't do though with that, I think. If I'm just gonna remove it regardless. Okay. End of the round, we're going to increase our threat. We're gonna stand up. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. The Miner, and there's the Steward, and we're gonna pass out some money. Alright, let's spend 2 to play Steward on Ori. Exhaust that to give us some money. And we ramp. Let's go! Huh. Limit once per round. Let's go ahead and just pass out some money over here. I'm going to give each one of those a resource. We'll exhaust oh, we don't have to exhaust Narvies. We'll go 1. We're just gonna start playing some of these miners, mainly because we get to reduce our threat when we do that, and nice to just have them. So we do want to go here. Hey, Roland Reggie, how's it going? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. I like Jagged Cliffs a lot. You can reach a high ground. You're able to survey the island. Oh yeah, that's super thematic. That's awesome. Nice. Yeah. Heck yeah. Alrighty. So we're gonna do the thing. Julie, do the thing. We got 6. Just go both of these. So that's 10. And we are showing 4. Oh wait, no, that's the active location. That's not. We're showing 3, not this one. So 3. We're showing 4 only. I guess we'll go Gimli. Gimli's free. Almost won a copy of Arkham Horror. Oh, but your raffle ticket didn't get called. No. Oh my gosh. Raffles are so much fun. Oh my gosh. Questing for a lot. Dune 1. Each uncharted location in the staging area gets +1 until the end of the phase. If the active location has the Ruins trait, discard 1 resource. It does not. Okay, so we quested for, what did I say, 10, 13. We're showing 3, 4. So we clear it pretty easily, and we will move over here to the Jungle Path. While Jungle Path is flipped over while active, each player must exhaust a character. There we go. We'll exhaust Dane. I feel like this mage is really thematic. I feel like this mage is really game is really thematic in the quest you do. I wish Marvel Champions has a few more like that in that way. I 100% agree. I think that this is just like the mechanics that they use is so thematic. Like they have so many like cool ways that they work together, and it's so good. Also, did y'all see that MJ went to Earthborn Rangers? That's wild. That's awesome. Good for her. So MJ was the lead designer of Arkham for, well, lead designer. I think she also designed like Spider and Black Widow and Champions. So she went over to Earthborn, which is really awesome. Increase our threat to 34. We're going to draw into a minor and a hasty stroke. I'll pass out money. Alrighty. So exhaust a gate key to travel there. After Temple of the Deceived becomes the active location, flip it over. Wait, hold on. How do we get there? While Cursed Temple is the active location. I was like, I remember Shrine of Morgoth. Okay, so Cursed. We had to find Cursed Temple. That wasn't Cursed Temple, right? No, that was Drowned Graves. Okay. So Cursed Temple must be out here somewhere. Huh. I was just blitzing my way to the right over here, but I don't think that's what you're supposed to be doing. Spend 1, 2, 3 to play a minor. Decrease our threat by 1. Main reason we're doing that, honestly. And I'm gonna give him money over here with Ori. I'm gonna give him money over here with Nori. And we still haven't seen any enemies, which is wild. The Cursed Temple sucks, but Dane actually counters it pretty hard. Oh, really? I don't actually... I straight up did not look at him. I probably should have. I just assumed that the Cursed Temple was here. I was kind of rushing this morning to get everything set up. So that's actually pretty funny. But now it makes a lot of sense to place like these progress over here. To like look at them and find them. It's just, yeah, we'll move. If we die, we die. And just like kind of just push on and just see what happens. That's funny. Okay. Let's go 6, 10. So it actually makes a lot of sense to quest pretty hard here because we're showing 3. So we're showing 2, 6. We're not counting this. 7 total. But for every progress that we add, we can put on a adjacent location and then use that to kind of like find the temple. So I said we were at 10. Go 13 with Gimli. Yeah, place the progress, look at the locations, use the winding caverns to traverse the map quickly. One, 2, 3, 4. Go 17. Hey! The Faithless Desecrator. While engaged with a player, it contributes its threat to the total threat in the staging area. Whenever we reveal an enemy, we actually get to ready Gimli. So that's pretty exciting. And so that ended up being 4, 6, 7, 9. So we place 8 here. So that's complete. There's 3. We'll go 4 there. 1 here. We're gonna... I guess we'll remove 4 to take a look at this. It's another jungle path. Might as well not go that way. Also, these are pretty brutal. The middle of the island is pretty brutal. Because every adjacent location adds threat. We're going to engage the Faithless Desecrator. It's going to attack for 2 plus a boost card. We have a 2/4/6 without Dane's bonus, so we're just going to block with Dane here. It's going to be 2, no shadow effect. And then we are going to swing for 2, 4, 6 to take out the Desecrator. Nice. Okay. We will increase our threat. Stand up. Stand everybody up. Just need to keep that there. Draw 2 cards. Oh, a very good tail. And a Lorien Guide. Let's go. Alrighty. Actually, I'm going to have traveled here. Because this is the same. Well, kind of. No, it's 3, 5, 7, 9 in the staging area. We're just going to travel there. We have a lot. Pass out some money. Okay. Let's go a very good tail. We're going to exhaust 2 miners. Discard 5 cards. We got 1. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we're going to place these 2 in play. We got Longbeard Elder and Biffer. And we discarded Hidden Cache. Add 2 resources to a resource or to a hero that you control. So we'll add 2 resources over here to Ori. Dwarfs! To me, my dwarfs. Wait. It's not right. Let's go ahead and go here to give a spirit resource. We'll drop 3 to play a Lorien Guide. This is wild. To drop a Lorien Guide. And we'll go ahead and spend 1 and the last 2 here to play Gladrian's Greeting. Drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't forget to... Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm just going to not have traveled because that could have changed a lot of stuff. And we're just going to leave that there then. Good call. I totally forgot about that. Let's just not have traveled. We'll just... Because that could have changed everything. And I don't want to rewind everything. All the dwarfs spilling out of the ship like a... How many could there be? That's really funny. We're going to spend 1 to place a resource over on Captain Sahir. And we may switch, or we may throw Nori's resource over on Miss N. But I'm going to hang on to it and trigger it during an action phase after the combat, just in case we need it for this hasty stroke. Okay. So we've got 6. We are showing 4... 6, 7. We've got 6 there. We're gonna go Gimli. Gimli is a free quest for up to 9. We're gonna go Longbeard Elder for 3. Takes us up to 12. We're not gonna trigger the response because we know that there are no locations in that deck. And that's 12. We're showing 9. Let's go ahead and go Philly and Killy as well for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just protects us a little bit. We've got another Faithless Desecrator. So that's going to ready Gimli. Sweet. We're going to place the enough progress here to spill over to this lost. We can only place it on orthogonally adjacent. And so we already know this. This is a jungle path. And then we've got this here, which is the Winding Caverns. While it's the active location, each enemy gets plus 10 engagement cost. When you travel from Winding Caverns to another location, you may travel to a location up to 3 locations away. You must still pay that travel cost in order... That's cool. So that's what you were telling me to look for, Jared, is the Winding Caverns. Cool. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and travel here to the Winding Caverns. Right there, smack dab in the middle. Oh yeah, we have the Lorien Guide. I thought all my allies were here. I kind of forgot that I started another row up here. That's funny. We will engage here. We will block with Dane, an attack of 2. Attacking him gets +3 if the players control the gate key. We do not control the gate key quite yet, and so we take no damage, and we're going to swing back to take him out. I'm here to say hi and good luck. Hey, thanks, Traffit. Hope you're doing well. We will go ahead and spend that resource to give it to Miss N. We'll stand up and increase our threat to 29. Dwarfs are good. Oh, that has to be removed there. We're going to draw 2 cards. We got a Test of Will and a Legacy of Durin. Let's go. Alrighty. And pass out some money. Oops. Let's go ahead and use this resource to play Legacy of Durin on Dane. That makes sense. After you play a dwarf character from your hand, we can exhaust it to draw a card. We do have a Test of Will now, which is going to be really important. I thought you were at Winding Caverns. The art on... Oh, the Jungle Path does look very, very similar to the Winding Caverns. Yeah. Yeah, it really does. If we play Zygal Miner right now, it's worth a threat reduction and a card draw. We're just going to hang on to it. Okay. We are going to quest. And I'm actually going to start using one of these guys to count our threats because it's starting to get a lot. So we got 1. We got 3. Takes us up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our current threat that we're shooting for is 10. Just going to put that there. I'm going to put it off screen. It's getting busy. Okay, so 10. We're going to go 3, 6, 7. We're going to place a progress on the active location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. That puts us at 17, which is not quite enough to make me feel super, super safe about that. So let's go ahead and spend a resource here to put a resource on the captain. We'll quest for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts us at 21. I'm happy with that. I'm going to flip into when revealed. The players must choose to raise the threat by the number of characters committed to the quest or deal 1 damage to each of those characters committed to the quest. I'll deal damage to each one of the characters. It's a lot of damage, but it doesn't take anybody out. We have a Test of Will, so if we get another one of those, we can cancel it. Doesn't have a huge impact to the game quite yet. I was thinking that, but we don't lose anything, right? So we don't lose any characters. We have a Test of Will that we could play, but we could also just Test of Will the next one. Or we could Test of Will something that's even worse than that. With only one of them in my hand, knowing that I've already lost one, and we've lost a Dwarven Tomb, I want to be really selective on how frequently I'm using them. If I had a Dwarven Tomb in my hand, I would have done that. But right now, that, other than the damage, did not impact our game. Yeah. So we quested for 21. We are showing 10. So we place 11 progress. It's going to be 5 here. We have 6 more to pass out. We will go 4 here. And we'll go 4 here. No, 4 here, 2 here. Go ahead and spin the 4 here to take a look at... No, we know what that one is. Haha, no, just kidding. Haha, fool me once. We're going to take a look at what this guy is. This is a Jagged Cliffs again. Location to its right is considered to be not considered to be in the staging area. Okay. So this is the Jagged Cliffs. I'm also going to, just because I don't like playing memory games, I'm just going to place things on the ones that, a damage on the ones that I've already looked at, and that'll help me remember, mainly because I'm really tired. So that is a Jagged Cliffs, meaning that we are looking for the temple, which could either be here or there. I'm going to stay here just because we already have 2 progress on this one. Actually, we could... No, I'm going to move down. I'm going to move down. When Jagged Cliffs is flipped over, look at the face-on side of each adjacent... Oh, yeah, because we get to look at each adjacent copy. Well, there's the Drowned Grave. Is that what we're looking for? Nope, we're looking for the Cursed Temple. After Drowned Grave is flipped over, while active, discard X cards from the encounter deck where each player adds undead enemies. Discarded X is 2 more than the number of players. Oh, jeez. Then we've got... Hey, there's the Cursed Temple. While it's the active location, characters with less than 2 willpower do not ready during the refresh phase. I see how... Oh, there are 2 temples. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so that's the Cursed Temple there. We've seen that. Sweet. Alrighty. Dane works really well with those. With the Cursed Temple. You are right. He does counter that pretty hard. Not refreshing. Sucks. Yeah, it does. Okay, let's increase our threat at the end of the round. Stand up. I think we should be able to get to that Cursed Temple pretty easily. Then we have to deal with the Temple Guard. We'll draw 2 cards. Hey, Glowing. Let's go. And another Longbeard Elder. Pass out money. Just don't exhaust Dane while you're there. That seems like a mistake I would make. Yeah, I would do that. I would look at... I was like, dang it. What am I doing? Yeah. I 100% would make that mistake as well. Okay. Oh, Lorian Guide needs to be exhausted. We're going to exhaust Narvi's Belt to give Ori the leadership icon. We're going to spend 2, 3 to play Glowing. While you control at least 5 characters, he gains response. After you play him from your hand, add 2 resources to that hero's resource pool. We're going to give it to Ori. We're going to reduce our threat. We're going to exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw into a Dwarven Tomb. I like Dwarven Tomb here. We're going to go ahead and spend 3 to play the Longbeard Elder and reduce our threat by 1. I probably could have waited and played that next turn to get the card draw off Legacy, but here we are. Okay. This guy doesn't stand a chance, right? Like, X's number of players in the game, he's a 6'4". Oh, yeah. GG's. Huh, cool. I feel like I'm commanding an army at this point, which is pretty sick. All right. We are showing 2, 4, 5. Only 5. Wow. Okay. Let's commit 1. We'll place a progress here. One, 2, 3. Now, exhausting Gimli is actually kind of a risk because we're just going to go the Elder instead. I think we'll keep Gimli up just because he's a pretty decent attacker. We'll go Nori, 1, 2, 3. That's 7. We're showing 5. We need to place minimum 3. And we have to have a 14 attack. Which would be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Right there, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that puts us at 10. Showing 5. That would place 5 if we're lucky. Let's go ahead and just go Gloin and confirm it. We have Captain Sight here. We have enough attack. Oh, jeez. We built. Let's go. And we're going to flip into the Island Watcher, which, okay. Cannot be optionally engaged. While it's in the staging area, it gains force. At the beginning of the encounter phase, the active location has the Ruins trait. Island Watcher engages the player with the highest threat, then deal it 2 shadow cards. Gross. Oh, that's kind of exciting. We're going to place enough progress to move, and we've already seen these, so we're just going to move over here to the Cursed Temple. While the Cursed Temple is the active location, characters with less than 2 willpower do not ready during the refresh phase. And Temple Guardian gets minus 50 engagement cost, meaning that it is going to engage us. Is the longer ranger the chaperone of all the dwarfs? Yeah. Yeah, the guide is guiding the army of dwarfs through the forest. And this does have the ruins. It's during the encounter phase. What are the phases called? I can never remember what the phases are called. Encounter phase is like right now, right? Like we're engaging that thing. We got Temple Guardian here and 2 shadow cards. Okay. Deal it a 3rd shadow card. We got that there. We're going to toss the Miner in front of this thing with 3 shadow effects. So it's going to be 4. No. Discard the bottom card of your deck. If its card has a printed cost of 2 or less, makes an additional attack after this one. We're going to go ahead and hasty stroke that. And then we've got no shadow effect there. So that's enough to take out the Miner. Then we've got an attack of 6. Which we're just going to toss the Miner in front of this one. 6. The attack destroys an ally. Place that ally on the bottom of its owner's deck. Goes to the bottom of my deck. And now I can know when to discard things. But it's now our turn to attack. I definitely want to take out the Watcher. Watcher is an attack of 6. We're going to spend a resource to put one there. We'll spend a resource to move 1 over to Miss In as well. She has 2, 4, 6. We're just going to spend 2 resources off Miss In to have her take him out. Then we're attacking the Temple Guardian for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Enough to take out the Temple Guardian. He does have victory, so he goes up there. The Gate Key. If unattached, we add it to the staging area, and it gains action. Exhaust a hero to claim Gate Key and attach it to that hero. We can exhaust the Gate Key and the attached hero to spend 3 resources from the attached hero's resource pool to look at the face-down side of Temple of Deceived. I guess, like, I don't... How do you win this game? I should exhaust Durin to attack? I don't think I have Durin. Dane? Talking about Dane? I don't want to exhaust Dane because then none of my characters ready. Your goal is to find the entrance to the underwater grotto, which is somewhere inside the Grand Temple. The 3 locations on the rightmost side of the island map. But in order to enter the temple, you must find the gate key somewhere on the island. Sweet. Okay. One of the 3 of the temple has your victory condition. The other 2 are bad. Okay, sweet. Thank you. End of the round, we're going to increase our threat. We're going to stand everybody up. Because everybody has... Actually, Lorian Guide does not get to ready. But everyone else gets to ready. Because everyone else gets Dane's buff. Lorian Guide does not. I'm going to draw 2 cards. We got a Hasty Stroke and another Lorian Guide. We're going to pass out money. I mean, Dane as a joke. Just like, oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. We're going to go Spirit here. We're going to go 2 to play a Minor. It's going to reduce our threat by 1. We're going to exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw into Bofer. Alrighty, sweet. We're going to keep, I think, those resources there because of Test of Will and all of that which it brings. Okay. We're going to exhaust Ori to grab the gate key. We can exhaust gate key in attached hero and spend 3 resources from the attached hero's resource pool to look at the face on side of Temple of Deceived. Okay. And then this one was the jungle. No, this was the drown. So we actually, that could be the lost temple there. Oh, we might as well go here, right? We may travel to a location up to 3 yeah, we're gonna head up this way. Because then we can travel to any of these and we can just sit here and get resources. Oh, she does only have 1 willpower. Thank you. Good catch. Thank you. Alrighty. So the goal is to make it here. We're showing 0. I'm going to go 3, 6, 9. Oh, wait, but we're actually showing 3, 7, 9. We're showing 9. I was like, this is too easy. It is not. We're going to go ahead and move a resource over here to Captain Side here so he has everything. Plus 6. So that's 15. Flip into win reveal. Each player must randomly discard cards from his hand until he has no more than 3 cards in hand. That's going to be Test of Will. Because at this point, I have a hand that I want. We're going to cancel that. We place enough. We're going to... So, how I read this, and maybe y'all can help me with this, is since these are in the staging area, I can place progress on this location. And it doesn't go away. Because it just says you can place progress on a location in the staging area. And so when I quested for... What did I say? 3, 6, 9, 15. We had 9, so we placed 6. 3 goes here, and then 3 can go here. Then we're going to travel here. Nice. Stand up, increase threat. This feels like Arkham. Draw 2 cards. We got a Test of Will. Nice. Love that. That's all money. Love having another Test of Will. That means we can preserve our Dwarven Tomb. Big. Big, big, big. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to exhaust here to give spirit. I'm going to spend 3. There's no really reason that we need to be looking at those quickly. And so I'd rather get a Boffer out there, which is going to reduce our threat and draw us a card into a Biffer. Cool. So now we are showing, when it's flipped over while active, look at the face down side. While it's the active location, this is not considered to be there. So we're showing 2, 3 total. I'm gonna go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Flip into Soulless Cadaver. While you are engaged with the Soulless Cadaver, your deck cannot be searched. What an interesting idea. While Soulless Cadaver engages you, place each card in your hand with a printed cost of 2 or less on the bottom of your deck. Unsubscribe from that. It says Dwarven Tomb, Hasty Stroke, Test of Will. We're actually not losing that many things, but it is annoying that we're losing like Test of Will and Hasty Stroke. We have... That would lose us all the Test of Wills. I made Dwarven Tomb and Test of Will just to get the Test of Will back into our deck. That's annoying. We could just leave it, actually. We're at 28. We're just going to leave it. We don't need that. We can quest over 3 easy. We don't have to deal with it. Sweet. Okay, so we quested for 15. We're showing 6. That means we're going to place, and we place 9. So there's 1. We have 7 more to place. So we're going to place them here. And we're going to move up here. And now it engages at 48. Okay. End of the round, we will increase our threat, stand up. And at this point, we're going to start ramping into looking at some of these temples. We're going to draw 2 cards. Unexpected Courage. There we go. Pass out money. We're not going to play... Oh, that's not where that goes. We're not going to play Unexpected Courage yet, because I do want to have the money for Test of Will, Hasty Strokes, and all of that good stuff. This says 2 or less. Yeah. Gross. Don't like that. Let's go ahead and just spend 3. Take a look at this guy. This is the Grotto's Entrance. This is what we need, right? Forced, when the Grotto's Entrance is flipped over while active, put Temple Guardian into play from the victory display, engaged with the player with the highest threat. That's pretty funny. He's back! When the 8th progress is placed on the Grotto's Entrance, the players have found the sunken ruins and win the game. Okay. Nice. I think we're okay to take that now. Yeah, we can take that attack. We're pretty fine. Oh, but we have to we actually have to exhaust this and the hero to do that, because we have to exhaust Gate and the hero, and then in order to move into it, we need to exhaust the Gate. So we can't do it now, but we can do it next turn. So that's nice. I don't think there's really anything that we need to play here. So we are showing 3, 5, 9, 11, 14. Showing 14. We just don't want to raise our threat. Go 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Puts us at 15. 1, 2, 3. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flip into Doomed 1. Each uncharted location in the staging area gets +1 threat until the end of the phase. The active location has the Ruins trait. It does not. then bad things happen. So this is just +1, so we are good. Okay. We will stand up, increase our threat. Draw 2 cards. Hidden Cache, of course, and a Dwarven Tomb. Pass out some money. Okay. We will trade a resource for a card with Hidden Cache. To me, oh my kinsman, if you control at least one dwarf hero, put a dwarf ally from your discard pile into play under your control. Got the miner. Got another miner. Do we have Dwalin out? No, we don't. Look at that. Doesn't really matter. But what we can do is we can go to me. Oh, my kinsfolk to throw the attack in front of the Temple Guardian. So we can use that. We have a Test of Will and a Hasty Stroke, which could very much be worth it to hang on to both of these. Both of that money. But actually, let's just do this. Let's go give it Spirit. Go 2 to play Unexpected Courage on Dane. Okay. And we are showing 14. I'm new, so I don't have many cards, but I saw there's an interesting combo with Gandalf to put stuff on the top of your deck to discard it with dwarfs. Oh, yeah, the Gandalf hero. Yeah. I have not tried a Gandalf hero or a Gandalf dwarf combo deck yet, but it looks like a ton of fun. I have tried the Gandalf Elrond, if you're familiar with that hero, where with Villia, you can exhaust Elrond and Villia to play the top card of your deck for free, and so you can use Gandalf to just like set whatever that card is. It's a good time. It's a good time. Okay, so we're showing 14. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. $15, showing 14. Go 1, 2, 3 there. Shows 18. I'm pretty happy with 18. Wizard's Pipe is a great card. Yeah, it is. It's the one that allows you to swap the top card. Going 18 to 14. Drown Dead. When Drown Dead attacks and destroys an ally, place that ally on the bottom of the owner's deck. Engages us at 32. We're not going to engage that. Okay, so we placed it enough. Or we don't have to raise our threat, right? So we're at 18. We're now showing 16, so we're good. I guess we can throw... I am actually kind of curious what this is. If it is a Cursed Temple. It is. Both of them are Cursed Temples. The last two that we saw were Cursed Temples. That's pretty funny. We're going to travel from here. To travel here, we're going to exhaust. After it becomes the active location, flip it over. When Grotto's entrance is flipped over while active, put Temple Guardian into play from the victor display. Engage with the player with the highest threat, which is me. And then, yeah, deal that a oh, and we're here now. Give that a shadow card. We're going to go. Oh, that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 1 to play To Me, My Kinsfolk, to pull a miner out. It's going to attack for 6. We're going to block with that miner. This attack destroys the character. Raise your threat by the attacking enemy's threat. That's going to be 1. I'm okay with that. I'm actually kind of curious. By process of elimination had to be right. Yeah. I didn't look at him, so I think Jared was saying that they thought that it was 2 Cursed Temples, and I was just kind of curious if that was correct. So to me, oh my kinsfolk, if you control at least one dwarf hero, put a dwarf ally from your discard pile into play under your control. Put that ally on the bottom of your deck at the end of the phase, which means that I don't think it cares about where it's at now. So I think it still goes to the bottom of my deck, right? Even though it's in the discard pile? Right? Like, I think it goes to the bottom of the deck regardless. Regardless, we will go 3, 5, 7, 10, 16 to take it out. And we will stand up. I think that goes to the bottom of my deck. I don't think it matters, though. I think it does. Because I think if it cared, it would say, if it's still in play, put that card on the bottom of your deck. I'm going to stand up, increase our threat. Draw 2 cards, which we got Hardy Leadership. There we go. And a Galadrim's Greeting. I'm going to pass out some money. I guess, never thought about it, but the wording seems like it would go to the bottom. I think it does. I think it's just so you can't spam the same dwarf multiple times if you wanted to. Okay. Here we go. We're going to exhaust to give a spirit. We're going to spend 3 to play Lorien Guide. We're just having fun at this point. We're going to go Hardy Leadership on Dane. Just going to see how many cards I can put on the table. Oh, heck. I'm going to go 3 for another Lorien Guide. Nice. Hey, Cap. How's it going? How you doing? Okay. So our current threat that we're showing is 5, 6, 7, 11. So we have to quest for... Well, let's see how much we quest for. We're going to go 2. Ready Dane, so we turn our power back on. We got 3 from the Lorien Guides. 1, 2, 3, and we place 3 progress here. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure I have a test of will. Yeah, we do. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. So 44. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I'm going to flip into Win Reveal, deal 1 damage to each non-objective ally with a printed cost of 2 or less. We will test of will that. I don't think it actually matters, but we're going to test of will that. Test of will. That gets canceled. We at least get 5 progress on there, which means that we win the game. I really enjoyed this. This was really fun. This was a nice twist on like the staging area and navigating an island. It really felt like we were kind of exploring the island, and so really happy about that. That was cool. But now we get to unbox some stuff. So we're gonna unbox the next AP. We're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna unbox the Rohan starter deck. I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, but don't go anywhere because we got new cards coming. See y'all soon.